Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your February 2021 reading. I, of course, am Rachel Stebbins Navy, aka Villaggio Strega, for those of you who do not know me. Keep in mind, this is a general reading and will not apply to everyone, but take what resonates and leave the rest. And Pisces, I hope you all are well during these trying times indeed. I hope you all are getting plenty of rest and recovery time. The New Year's, I think, was kind of rough on Pisces, as it were. For those of you who do not know, I do my monthly readings with your challenge, your advice, your potential outcome for a 4-week kind of projection here as it is. And I let the cards kind of come out as they desire to, whether it's they flip out entirely and sometimes fly off the table, or they simply just flip over in the deck, and then I'll ask for confirmation if I need to as to what cards, if there's multiple ones, or how they come out, as to whether or not those should be used. So right away, Pisces, I'm seeing a sort of new beginning scenario happening for you for the start of February. You're starting the first week, it looks like, and recognize here too, Pisces, that time is a continuum. So you're kind of meant to see this when you're meant to, but I'm shooting for or aiming for the first week of February as it is. But I'm seeing you kind of transition, as it were, with the Six of Swords energy as your challenge for the week, the Eight of Cups for your advice card, and your Three of Swords for your potential outcomes. So it looks like perhaps, indeed, that you are letting go of something that no longer serves you, in the sense that perhaps it was a relationship, perhaps it was just something that was causing you a lot of personal discomfort, and in some sort of way kind of harming yourself in the process of staying where you were at, because it definitely looks like you're either relocating or you're beginning some sort of new journey. That said, Pisces, I'll get into this a little bit more here after I get all the cards out and return to it. Your second week is looking great. You've got the Ace of Cups as your challenge. So that's accepting something that will bring you peace of mind. Hi, Snow. Your Ten of Pentacles as your advice card, and Six of Cups. Hi. Six of Cups as your potential outcome. Third week is your Wheel of Fortune. So some sort of lucky thing on your side here. It also is referencing, pardon me, the Seven of Cups energy. Let me just grab that. And the Nine of Swords. So it's something you've been really worried about, or it may cause you a little bit of confusion and worry. Perhaps you haven't fully let go of what was happening in week one. Yet you're on this sort of new beginning as it is. The fourth week out, we're starting with the Fool card energy. So that's when you're ready to rock and roll, and you're really ready for something new, and you're about to begin that journey. Got the Eight of Swords energy. Maybe not. Maybe you're still stuck in your head. We'll get there. And what's the last one, please, for Pisces for February 2021? If you would like, Pisces, a more in-depth reading about a challenge or situation in your life, feel free to reach out to me. All my information is either in the description below or in the About section of my channel. And let's see, we've got one more. There it is, the Chariot. Beautiful. Oh, the Chariot and Six of Pentacles. It's got Six of Cups up above. Bottom of the deck, Pisces. Yeah, we've got transition all the way. Transformation, whatever. It's the Death card energy. Transformation, that's what I was trying to spit out there. So death is holding vigil here, right? Death is kind of waiting for the process to take its time, do what it needs to do, so that way death can guide to a new horizon. And by the way, sometimes that when anything ends, of course, there's a new beginning. And that's the perspective death really has. The Death transformation card has. It's more about the kind of life cycle, rather than looking at it in its harder kind of outlook of just something simply ending. There is a new beginning here, and all across the boards, indeed, there is, Pisces. So let's go back to the beginning. First week of February here. I'll show you maybe I can turn this down a little bit more for you guys. You got your Six of Swords energy out. So Six of Swords energy is about a period of time where somebody needs to have a little recuperation. Have a little break, as it were. It may mean relocating. And indeed, a lot of these cards that came out does definitely indicate that some of you Pisces are going to be traveling or relocating in order to move away from something that no longer serves you. But nonetheless, this is that mental reprieve, as it were, that is guided and assisted with the help of others. So what this is saying to me, as I look at all three of the week's cards here, Pisces, is that some of you may have been in a relationship here that really was not healthy for you. It could be very self-sabotaging at times with this Three of Hearts energy. This is your potential outcome. It is the card, one of the cards of grief and sorrow, yes, but it's more grief and sorrow that tends to be when we kind of bring it on ourselves. It can often be the card of third-party relationships. If it's not a relationship, it's just you being emotionally drained, emotionally dissatisfied in a situation, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of this. So the first week of February or leading into is really looking like this scenario. And what the Eight of Cups card is suggesting to me as your advice card here is someone who is acknowledging what they've been through, where they come from, what has satisfied them in the past, but really on the path of self-exploration, really asking themselves, okay, what more do I want out of life? What is it that I want to experience? Where's my higher purpose? How do I achieve like that higher self energy? So all in all, it is definitely a week of letting go of those emotional kind of hang-ups, things that no longer serve you indeed, and beginning the journey, perhaps with the help of others involved, of really self-actualizing in a sense, of really like figuring out what it is that's best for you, what really emotionally satisfies you in life. By week 2, as you kind of take these steps towards that, you're being given some sort of gift along the way. The divine stepping in and kind of nudging you in a direction, saying like, okay, here's some peace of mind. Here's some emotional, perhaps stability to a situation, some tranquility, as it were. There may be some finance involved. You may be inheriting some sort of finance or money coming your way by week 2 here, Pisces. And you may be interacting with some sort of childhood friend or childhood nostalgia energy this week. So week 2 is really kind of your fortunate week of things starting to connect. The more you kind of resonate with this energy of, okay, I'm ready for something new, but at the same token, there may be someone from the past, perhaps you knew in childhood, who is kind of helping you out with this scenario, with moving forward from this, and certainly the divine stepping in to give you a little bit more reprieve, a little bit more stability, emotional stability, and perhaps some finance along the way as well. Week 3. My goodness, week 3. Week 3 is starting out with a stroke of luck here. You've got Jupiter energy. This is kind of like you're changing direction with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, you may have been on, and you may still be on the teeter-totter, as it were, of do I stay or do I go now? How do I put forth these ideas into action? Do I really want to? There may be someone else involved in the situation that's kind of making it hard for you. But luck is really on your side, and the challenge is to kind of recognize that, and recognize that there is a change in direction. Whether it's the same one as you were thinking the weeks prior or not, kind of remains to be seen so far, because you're feeling a little bit confused. You've got Seven of Cups energy. There's an overwhelming feeling to things, and this is your advice card. It's kind of like you need some clarity, because you've also got this Nine of Swords coming out with your potential outcomes. So something's just not clear to you. Maybe it's uncertainty, maybe it's doubt, maybe it's a lack of belief in the self or self-worth at this time, Pisces. But it really is representing someone who's just unsure of things, unsure of themselves, and doesn't really know what they want. Again, luck is on your side, and it is indicating, all these cards indicate a new path for you. Week 4, well, you got the Fool card energy. Again, all about new experiences, new joys in life, walking into the unknown, knowing Spirit's got your back. That's what this little dog here is representing. She could easily fall off a cliff. She might not even know it, but Spirit's there to kind of like help her out and catch her along the way. So ultimately, this is the hero's journey card, and where it begins, you don't know what's going to happen, Pisces. You don't know what's going to happen when you set out on a new path. When you leave a relationship perhaps and start over, but that's really what the spread is kind of indicating, and it's all about, is about that self-discovery and having faith that things will happen as they're meant to, and they should. You've also got the Eight of Swords card energy in your advice section. So it's indicating is to get kind of out of your headspace, that perhaps you're still stuck in some sort of mindset that you can't leave a situation, or you can't get out of some sort of situation. You're mentally captive. But what you're not realizing is that those bonds that you believe are there holding you back are really bonds that are very loose in their fittings. They're very easy to unravel, and so you can see again. So you're not as bound tight as you think you are. And really, once you remove that blindfold, you're able to see like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was, and move away from the situation. Bear in mind that the Fool card energy is very innocent and all about trust. It's all about having faith and trust in the future situations. And this is really where I think that energy is in the Eight of Swords, is you're not trusting yourself enough when it comes to moving forward and beginning a new journey. Pisces, what I'm also seeing here, there is some sort of potential outcome for the end of the month. There is some sort of act of generosity, whether this is to you or from you. There is a sort of victory of sorts with this Chariot card energy as well. And these two cards together is like indicating, okay, well, if this was an employment situation that was totally sapping your energy, let's say, for the month of February, perhaps you're looking for a new employment. You know, you've got that 10 of Pentacles out. You've now got the 6 of Pentacles out. This is your pay raise. This is you saying, okay, I have to let loyalty go. Well, let loyalty down to maybe a job you've been in for a really long time, but it's emotionally tapped you out here. For a new one that brings you more finance and a victory of sorts. Now, the Chariot card is also about knowing where you've been, kind of pausing for a moment after some sort of victory and analyzing the situation and kind of looking at the pros and cons of what it took to get you there, Pisces, versus just simply being like, hey, here I am, I just won. Now, this is a humble victory of sorts. This is that recognition and that gratitude in the process, not just the win itself. So, but again, that money card keeps showing up to indicate something is coming along the way. To recap it all again, yeah, we've got the transformation card of death, of course. Behind it is the Queen of Pentacles. There's that finance. There's that financial stability. We've got the Swift Knight, very, very strategic, very fast-moving, very calculated energy of the Knight of Swords here. Beautiful. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. This is somebody who's self-reliant, can do on their own, financially stable. And you have, of course, I can even take 6 of them here. You have, of course, this Page of Swords energy. That's somebody looking towards their future. That's coming up. This is someone who's making plans for the future, thinking about things very clearly. And even further, you've got the Page of Cups here. Somebody who's, again, beginning something new as if for the first time, maybe childlike energy. Not really experienced in the seas of life or the emotional seas of life, but willing to try, willing to explore. All of this is simply a beautiful new beginning for you, Pisces, as it were. Is there any that I want to clear up? I'm going to clear up that 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords energy. Spirit, what would you like Pisces to know about these? Let's start with the Seven of Swords. Please clarify this. Excuse me, Seven of Cups energy. Thank you. We've got the Five of Wands. Okay, 5 is, of course, a conflict. One more, please. For Seven of Cups energy. We've got Justice. I'm going to take one more, actually. Beautiful. And one more, please. For Pisces, February 2021, clarifying. We've got the Eight of Cups. Okay, Pisces, it's very, very clear with this the Seven of Cups energy. This is week 3. This is your advice card where you're feeling kind of overwhelmed, confused on a situation. What I'm getting for you guys is Five of Wands, right? That's a little miscommunication going on that leads to a conflict of sorts. I'm getting the Justice card. That's an end of a karmic cycle. Could be a legal matter even involved. And I'm getting the Eight of Cups energy. We've seen that before in week 1. Again, this is somebody who is recognizing why it may be challenging to get to a point in your life where you're like, I simply have to move on. You have to recognize like the arguments or the conflicts that led to this place, right? This place where karma's being served, it no longer serves you to be kind of like stuck in this energy of conflict all the time. So you're like, okay, let me honor it for what it was, for the emotional satisfaction it did bring me, but I'm ready to begin something new. And that's your advice continuing for that week. It's just recapping really what the whole spread is really already saying. I think the Nine of Swords is pretty self-explanatory. That's you letting go of those worries and doubts. But I'm going to pull one card, thank you, one card here for it. And you've got Nine of Wands. So Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands. This is definitely somebody who has been through all sorts of battles. Emotional actions involved. You know, this is somebody who's had a lot of conflict, perhaps in that week or leading up to that week, where it's very, very hard on their mind, very hard on their heart, emotionally draining. But they've gathered resources somewhere along the way. They've been able to gather some resources, Pisces. You have. And you've also been able to recruit others, to have others help you in the process. So while the fight may not be over completely, the stress of it all may not be over completely, you do have what you need. By week 3, you do have what you need to move forward and move away from a situation that's no longer serving you. That said, let me pull a Goddess card for you, Pisces. See what else angels, spirit guides would like you to know. Well, that was easy. It says undying love. Let's check this one out. It says the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Pisces, I think this sums it up pretty well for some of you, don't you, with this whole spread? Oh, we've got 2. We've got true love, too. This is Guinevere. It says, the romantic strings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. I have a feeling, Pisces, that this is more speaking of the love you have for yourself. Because when you have love for yourself, when you're leaving a situation that's not for your highest good, the love you have from yourself radiates out to others, and then you're able to draw more sincere, more genuine love to you. And this undying love card, I am sure there are many of you, regardless of the situation, as it indicates, and I can show you these guys, regardless of the situation, you know, relationships are not always easy. And sometimes the hardest ones are usually the hardest ones are the hardest to get over. That doesn't mean love goes away, Pisces, ever on either side. But you want to make sure that you're loving yourself and giving yourself, your own spirit, what it needs. Because if you stay in a place where perhaps love is being taken advantage of, it's simply going to drain you more. It's not going to fulfill you anymore. And it really looks like now is your time to shine for yourself. Now is your time to give yourself the gift of love towards yourself, Pisces. So that way you can experience new things. You can experience different kinds of aspects of love. Love for yourself as much as more love from others, and certainly self-fulfillment along the way. Spirit's got your back no matter what. You've got a month full of blessings. So I wish you the best, Pisces. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell for me. And feel free to leave me a comment below. Take care.